that's when the therapy kicked in. Like when I really hit my therapy, that's when we was like, okay, I think it's comedy time. Because I felt like I needed permission to tell my story.
Hi, I'm Damian Pelliccione, and you're watching Mic Drop, where pop culture collides with the stories that matter the most, and nobody leaves without dropping something real. I am really excited because today we have the most fabulous drag king comedian, the one, the only, from King of Drag on Revry, and now I'm Dead on Revry, Pressure K!
I'm so excited to be here, Damian. Thank you.
Oh my God, I love you. I mean, and we've been all over. I mean, like last time I saw you, was it in Seattle? We were at Emerald City?
Yes, I hosted the festival and you came. It was, I felt good you was there because I was just talking to you.
Oh my God. I know, I was like, they sat me in the front row and I swear, like half the jokes, I'm like, is he just talking to me the whole time? I'm like, there's like 3,400 people behind me.
Because you make me so comfortable.
Oh my gosh.
Like, you're really changing my life, man.
Oh,
like,
please.
You're being loving at the same time. You know, that's two different things.
It's your talent and your fabulousness that makes the whole world fall in love with you, just like they did on King of Drag and they're about to on I'm Dead.
Don't get my makeup.
I know. I'm afraid. We're gonna go there though.
Okay.
So thank you so much for being on the show. I heard that one of your guilty pleasures is this movie called Drumline.
Yes, it is. I'm a band geek.
Because, okay, Nick Cannon, like, can you tell me about this movie? Because I actually have not seen this. I'm gonna go home and watch it right after this.
Damn it.
I know, I'm terrible, I'm bad.
Okay, well, it definitely is about marching band.
Yeah.
I was in a marching band 8th grade all the way to high school, and it's just music, and it was a program where gender didn't matter. It's just about the music, and I played bass drum. So it was like a way for me to be like masculine and love the music at the same time. So actually, I was in high school when Drumline came out, and we performed at the Drumline premiere.
No way. You were at the actual like red carpet premiere with Nick
Right
Cannon
there.
and everything?
They had all the bands, all the DeKalb County bands were there, and I seen Nick Cannon like. So every birthday, I do watch Drumline.
It's your cult classic.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go home and watch it. I'm gonna call you afterwards.
Okay.
Now we have some rapid fire questions to
Okay.
test your knowledge about this film. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Favorite character?
Favorite character, the drum majors.
Okay. Discipline or raw talent?
Discipline.
Is Devin or Sean the better drummer?
Devin all day.
Which do you like better, the practice scenes or the performance scenes?
The performance scenes, because they played the cadences that we played.
Like you did at the premiere?
Like the premiere, yeah.
Oh, wow. Best or favorite scene in a movie?
Favorite scene, when at the train station, and when Devin went to his dad, he was like, "I never been to jail. I don't have any kids, and I want to let you know I made it without you."
Wow.
So it was like to overcome the parent thing was really big for me.
I know, you can relate. I know you can.
Yes.
Well, this may answer my next question. Which character do you identify the most with?
It was really, I saw myself a little bit in everybody. It was even Devin just with the traveling and being in a different place. Because I was trying my best to get away from home.
Yeah.
So even like to run to small towns, I always was big and like, hey, well, calm down.
That's not possible for you. I know you.
Like I'm trying my best to like just to learn. So I saw like Devin really like just taking advantage of being in the South.
Yeah.
Coming from New York.
Is Coach Lee too hard?
Coach Lee, no, because I've seen harder, but that's really like the baseline of marching band, like kind of give that military and strict, and they're not scared to have the conversation. Like, you're not doing your best.
Right.
We need more.
Straight up. Are band rivalries underrated?
Yes, because it gets very serious.
Yeah.
It is very serious. Even in high school, we would have, it's called a jamboree, where you have both marching bands on the field, and one year we had to have the yellow tape to separate us. It was just so amped up, like you believe in yourself, you believe in the music, and really, at the end of the day, we all have the same thing in common.
Yeah, and you're all there for a common purpose to create that sound. All right, so I have one bonus follow-up question on this. How many times have you actually watched the video? Do you know?
I do not know, because even back then I had it on tape.
Oh my God, we're going back.
We're going back.
Half-inch VHS?
the box. I had it on
Oh my
tape.
God.
The tape did pop, so I think that might be your answer.
That should tell you something. Once you wear that thing out, forget it. Oh my God. Then you went to the DVD and now you're on streaming.
Okay.
It's evolved.
And I pay for it. If it's not, I'm gonna pay for it.
You gotta own it. Okay, well, we have another fun question for you. We always talk about pop culture and celebrities, and I heard that your favorite celebrity happens to be King Molasses.
Yes, indeed, 100%.
Okay, well, we're gonna test your knowledge on King Molasses in a little segment we like to call "Do You Know Her?"
Okay, I
ready?
hope so, yes.
Okay, King Molasses, this is really easy. King Molasses won season 1 of what reality TV show?
I think it was King of Drag.
Correct.
Yes.
True or false? King Molasses is the first King of Drag contestant to win the Weenie and Beefy challenge in the same episode.
True.
Correct.
Yes.
When did King Molasses begin performing in drag?
Because I remember last year, I think they said 7 years. So, a long time.
You don't have to do math. But actually, last year when we shot it, minus 7 years, 2018, that's the correct answer.
Wow.
There you go.
I'm doing good.
You're doing good. You got 3 for 3. Okay, true or false? King Molasses' name came from their best friend.
And what's the best friend's name, or is it?
No, true or false?
I want to say false.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, last question. True or false? Before performing in drag, King Molasses was a stand-up comedian.
False.
Correct. You got them all right. You are a King Molasses fan.
I love you.
So do you have any King Molasses stories that you could give us from maybe King of Drag or your tours and working with them?
Yes, I can. When we were at the hotel, he was after filming, I think it was the second episode, and we get our hangout time. And I don't know why we were just so emotional, but we definitely were just hugging and crying, like, we made it, we're here. Like, Molasses is definitely like my crying buddy.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's awesome.
For sure.
And you've been in a lot of shows with Molasses since.
Yes.
Yeah, like Emerald City and...
He came to Atlanta.
He came to Atlanta? What was that show like in Atlanta?
It was amazing. It's a club called Lore.
Yeah.
Gay bar, drag all the time. It was called The Dad Show. And he just came and just gave a whole nother vibe. He gives a different definition to drag kings with the masculine and the femininity. He's like, I'm gonna come do some Atlanta stuff, and he pulled out some songs I haven't heard in a minute. So, Molasses understands all cultures.
Yeah.
I could put Molasses in any show.
Yeah.
And knows exactly what to do.
Yeah, he is a true professional. All right, we're gonna shift gears for a second and understand that you have an interesting story about your family that you've actually never told in an interview before. So I know I've watched a lot of the stuff that you've done. I've been in interviews with you. Tell us about the story.
Well, I've been traveling a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks to King of Drag, I've been booked a lot, but I was born in Dallas, Texas. And I've been there 3 times, and each time it's just like something is calling me. So the confession is my dad is there. He still lives there, and I'm not associated with my family. I needed to be focused on myself. I chose my life over my family, 100%. But my dad, in therapy, I learned I can't look at him as a dad, he's really a terrible friend. Okay, so I can keep the conversation, but you don't invite that terrible friend to Christmas. No. If you see him, hey, how you doing? So it was on my heart. I talked to my wife about it. I said, I'm gonna call. I called him, he was so excited, and I heard a baby in the background.
No way. Wow. I
said, whose baby? Is the TV on? He said, no, that's not my TV. He said, you have a sister. And she's 5 years old.
Wow.
And I haven't talked to him in 6 years.
Since that moment?
Since that moment.
Wow, what was that like? What did you feel like? Like, one, hearing the baby's voice, and it probably clicked. You're like, oh, this could be...
My sister, another one. Because this would be the second secret baby. So now it's 4 sisters.
Wow.
And I'm number 2.
Wow.
Because I was really to tell him to give them the goodbye.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I appreciate your time. I'm not mad at you and let you know, but it's unhealthy for you to be in my life. Yep. So I did get distracted by the little sister because she jumped on me. Oh my God! Like, it was such like a family big sister moment, like I always wanted. Yeah. And once he said, hey, to the baby, he's like, this is your sister, and she just automatically believed it and hugged me and like the baby.
She's young, so it's like you can't play with youth like you know.
You cannot. Yeah. You cannot. So it took over. I felt all the love. Wow. I want to buy her clothes. I want to take her stuff like the princess. I want to show her my superstar stuff. Yeah. So it definitely like sucked me in, and I had to like go to therapy and like, hey, let's pause. Yeah. Because it's like, who gave you this baby?
Correct.
Make this baby. But I'm taking my time with it.
Yeah, and look, one of the things I really love about whether you're in drag or doing stand-up or both, like you have this really positive message of mental health, and you talk about your journey with mental health in a way that nobody else does, and you make it is such a big part of your story. I mean, even last night when we were watching your stand-up, you talked about it, how your wife was actually the one that like really poured that into you to a point where like now you're at a point in your life where like it's thanks to that that I'm here doing things like this. Like 100%. Talk a little bit about like why mental health is, you know, a factor in your success.
It taught me who I was.
Yeah.
You know, I do feel like when you're born and when your family know you're different, now they're trying to teach you. Now you being yourself is not okay. Yeah. Whatsoever. And even with navigating through life, like the triggers, the distractions, like with being an entertainer, I had to learn that evil is involved. Yeah. They come hand in. There's no HR in entertainment. No. Not at all. You can't, even the police, what happened? Well, they took my money. Where's the proof? Exactly. You know, kind of thing. So with the mental health, when things approach me, I know like, I can pause it and take it back. Or I know that in situations, I brought my trauma into it instead of just my normal brain and emotions. Yeah. So they really just taught me how to navigate because there's a lot going on. Yeah, and I will say that you are a master at it now. And you can see that on stage and on screen. Thank you. And we love it and we're all here for it and we all want more Pressure K. Let's go. We have Pressure K from the ATL. We'll be right back.
90s babies, y'all might not remember this. For everybody else, y'all remember high-speed internet? When it first came out? AKA high-speed pornos? We was all on that desktop together. Y'all know, no, this is me. Okay, back to the story. Now with my new lesbian research, I'm deep into the desktop. I want to answer all the gay questions. Who's the first lesbian? I'm trying to pass the gay test. Y'all know I'm taking heterosexual one. I need. But what I didn't know, that you needed to delete your browser.
Hi, I'm Damian Pelliccione. You're watching Mic Drop, and my guest today is the fabulous Pressure K. Like I swear to God, it rhymes. It does. Not only do you fit this set, but like you fit the whole my vernacular of the show. So we know you from the fabulous Revry original series King of Drag. Yes. Tell us about what that was like being on that show.
It was amazing, like 100%, because, you know, in Atlanta, you definitely have people trying to make shows, you know, in the garage with their phones, but the big production, I was like, okay, this is serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, it felt really good that you wanted to invest in us. Yeah. You know, because their kid's been doing this for 20 years and didn't have anything to not say look forward to, but it wasn't a show while we were watching the others. Like, it wasn't happening. So even just being calm and like looking at everybody, it was a competition, but the cameras, the production, like I was treated well, like the food was hot. Like, you know, like I felt important. Like that was the moment I was like, okay, like I'm gonna be a star. Yeah. That was that moment for me.
And I even remember watching your casting tape, like you had such prowess and energy and you stood out like, you know, in all the best ways. Like, were you shocked when you got the call back and then they said, hey, you're cast on the show?
I was shocked. I was, because at that time, like I've been doing comedy. That's like 7-8 years.
That's your thing.
But drag was like 3 years. And I wasn't getting a lot of bookings. Like, if it wasn't that, I was gonna go back to work. I was gonna go back to the call center. Thank you for calling, it's me. Like, I was gonna go back because it wasn't happening. So I was let's just try. Let's just shoot for the stars, manifest. And me and my wife came in a circle, we prayed, like, let's just try and see what happens. So it's like getting an award at school that you never got. Like, I got the trophy. Like, I felt, it was very surprising to me.
And how long have you been doing stand-up comedy for?
Stand-up comedy, I want to think of the year, like 2016. Yeah. So, because we got married in 2015, and then that's when the therapy kicked in. Like, when I really hit my therapy, that's when we was like, okay, I think it's comedy time. Because I felt like I needed permission to tell my story.
Do you feel like therapy and comedy are kind of go hand in hand for you?
100%.
Yeah.
100%, because I have to have an understanding of what happened, and I don't want to cry on stage. Like, it's gonna be okay to cry, but I need to like work it through so I can know when to be funny and when not.
Okay. I'm Dead, your first comedy special we shot. Like, tell us about, first of all, like doing, like, have you ever done a comedy special?
Like I put on my own shows, but that was my first taping.
Taping?
Yes.
What was that like?
It's like, I'm a star.
Yeah.
Like, it feels good, and to be around other entertainers. Like, I feel like I always was the missing piece in the puzzle. So now, like, I'm associating people that believe in themselves, that chase the dream, the people that want to come and laugh.
Yeah.
Like, I feel in place.
Yeah. And that audience, was that like one of the queerest audience you performed in front of?
I did have a big show in North Carolina, and that was like 500 people, but I've learned to understand the people that actually want to be there. They knew that we was gonna be there for a little bit and have to reset, so the fact that they were happy to be there, that's what made the difference.
The dick jokes.
Yes.
And that microphone, where did that come from?
It is a true story.
Shut up.
100%.
Are you serious?
100% true story. It was more serious.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think, like, it really was like the porno tape. Like, she seen something that was like, oh, my daughter is gay. Like, I need to do something. Like, I must have did something. She was like, oh no. So like, I remember like waking up and like coming downstairs. It was her, my older sister, and like we needed to have the conversation. And
it's like a moment of trauma turning into a moment of laughter, right?
100%.
I want to talk a little bit about one of our signature pieces of this show. It's called Mic Drop for a reason.
Okay.
And we like to ask our guests about a mic drop moment that maybe they've had in life that they're so proud of, that they felt completely grounded in, a memory that'll last forever. Maybe it's happened, maybe it has not happened.
Okay.
What would you define as your mic drop moment?
March 31st, 2015.
Wow, really specific.
Yes, it's the day me and my wife got married. 100%. Because she definitely changed my life in like so many ways, and that was like my first experience with unconditional love. Like, even though I had a lot of trauma, she wasn't trying to change me as a person.
Yeah.
She wanted to grow my heart. So my friends came, like, as soon as Obama said the gays can get married, we took off. We
right to the courthouse. You're like, let's go.
We already had been together 5 years at that time. So we really jumped. Her family came because they are accepting.
That's awesome.
I took her last name. So I really used to be KT.
No way.
Yes.
Wow.
I used to be KT, now I'm KB. And it was both parents, her grandparents, the sisters were there, my best friends came, even my dad came.
Wow, your dad came from Dallas?
My dad came from Dallas.
What was that like?
I was shocked that he said yes. I think he was shocked to see how happy I was and that his my wife's family didn't have the issues that my family does, too. So he saw my experience and he saw the ring.
Yeah.
It's carrots.
don't do
that.
Whitley treats you right.
Like, okay, like I made it. Like, I'm a real good housewife, you know, like now. So I even like just out of courtesy, like, hey mom, I'm getting married and I'll pay for you to come. And she was like, oh, y'all can do that?
Like, yeah.
You know, like, yes, we can. But she didn't come, and that's okay because we had all the love that we needed.
Yeah.
We did the courthouse,
and
it was like a little setup. We had like our beige and pastel colors, and I just can feel like her promise to always love me.
Yeah, to be there for you.
To be there for me, and I promised my same thing to her.
And we love Whitley.
We love Whitley.
We love Whitley. If you're, I know you're gonna be watching this.
Yes.
And like, she's not just your partner in love, but she's your partner in crime. Like, you guys, like, how much does she do to create your looks? Because I know she works really hard.
We talked about, she does my hair.
Yeah.
She does the rhinestones. She actually makes the chains.
No way.
The chain, people really think it's real metal. It's paper.
No,
like, she has sewn it and put rhinestones. I really dream it, and she brings it to life. Like, she's the crafty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people think I changed the tires. It's Whitley. She's the power. She's Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder. Whitley Bob the Builder. Oh my God. Stop.
That's my man.
That's your man. What is your favorite thing? What's your favorite thing about your wife?
My favorite thing about her, she doesn't hold grudges.
Period.
Because I'll be like, I don't want to talk to her. She'll be like, go say her. Like, I don't want to. So it's like, she doesn't hold anger.
Yeah.
She doesn't hold evil. Like, she automatically releases it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how in the world?
You know, a good partner teaches us to be better people. And Whitley is definitely one of those people.
Yeah, she's a leader, and I'm going to follow her.
Stick around. We have so much more to talk about with the fabulous. I'm so excited. My friend, Pressure K. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mic Drop. I'm Damian Pelliccione. In the hot seat today is the one, the only, the Pressure K from the ATL. I swear to God, I feel like that's such a part of your title to say Atlanta, because you exude Atlanta, Georgia realness.
You know, it really came from the first competition.
Yeah.
We had to rap, and I was like, I thought we was lip syncing. So I was like, Pressure K, hey, Pressure K from the A. I was like, oh, perfect.
You're like, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
I learned it on set.
You know why? Because the price has gone up. That's one of my favorite catchphrases from the show. We were just talking about your fabulous wife.
Yes.
I know that you're a chef,
I do a little.
like a secret chef. Not so secret because you share about it on social and I watch what you make. What is your favorite thing that you like to cook?
I love a good bird. You know,
Yeah.
I love a good chicken. You know, I definitely can deep fry a turkey.
Yeah.
I can. I went viral.
Is that like the Thanksgiving thing?
That's the Thanksgiving. You have the whole bird in there. That's my thing. I definitely just like the seasons, like lemon pepper, the garlic, and I'm really like Big Mama.
Yeah.
Like I definitely like to invite everybody over just to eat. And I
You're
really,
the host.
I'm the host. I really
Yeah.
like that. I really like you come over and sit down. You're like, this is good. So I think that's the part I like, the unity and coming together.
Besides I'm Dead, your comedy special on Revry, what else is cooking up? What are you cooking up outside of your kitchen? What's next?
I just love you say comedy special. You know, I need to cook that a little bit more. I'm traveling so much more. I have Baltimore coming up. I have Maine coming up. I'm in Patty Nagonia show
Wow.
in October.
Wow.
And you know, Patty be all over, sold out. It just shows after show, even some things I can't announce, but I may be hosting some other things. too.
Amazing.
Yes.
You sent in this incredible photo of yourself. I have not seen this photo before, and I just need to know what is going on here.
Whew, well, this is Keena.
Okay.
Keena is 16 right here. This was after the wax situation.
Wait, you're 16 in this
I'm
photo?
16 in this picture.
Damn.
Yes, indeed. 11th grade, and this wasn't like the exact jersey dress, but this was another feminine outfit. This was like the Harlem Globetrotter, and like the boy one was blue, and the girl one
That's
was
what it's
red.
giving.
Yes.
This is what you were talking about in your set last night.
Yep, exactly.
No, wait, okay, what is the backdrop and the whole setup? Were you at like a super print or something like that?
At the mall in the early 2000s.
Oh my
this
God.
was the kind of picture you had to
This
have.
is giving
This
90s Mallville-ness.
This is
Shut up.
at the mall. I remember like going and just being so like just mad. Like my eyebrows were still hot. Kind of thing, like, you need to be a lady, and this is how lady takes pictures, and I'm really like trying to, so even though like I'm smiling, this was a horrible, horrible day.
Yeah,
It really was.
but now we get to look back on it and laugh at it.
I still got the top just to remember. Just remember I made it out. My hair was
Well, that's funny because my next question is,
Okay.
what is one thing that you just can't get rid of that's in your closet still?
Can I say that I stole it?
Absolutely.
I stole it from my dad.
Yeah.
It is.
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad. It is. He got to find out. It is a retro Guess jean jacket.
Oh, wow.
So Detroit, him being from there, they just have their own style.
Yeah.
So I love this. So even though it was a big thing, like you can't dress the way you want to, I would go visit him, and I just kind of took it one day.
You're like,
this is me, and like I feel powerful. Like I felt like I always wanted to be strong. How he walked in confidence, so putting on his clothes gave me that energy. So even like when I'm sad or just need a moment, I put on the jacket. Like I don't need to wear it outside.
All right, well, we come to the end of the show, but we want to give you the last moment. We want to give you the drop the mic moment.
Okay.
So here's your microphone.
Ooh, you know I like it shiny.
I know. I knew you'd like my rhinestones. We're going to have you look right into camera and do your thing.
My thing. My name is Pressure K. I'm from the A, but please remember, my wife is a part of my journey. Baby, I love you. This is for us. Mic drop.
Love it! Well, we love you. Thanks so much for being my guest today. Pressure K from the A. Don't forget to watch Pressure K in the Revry Original Stand-Up Special. I'm Dead, streaming now. Thank you so much for being here. We have so much more in store for you right here on Mic Drop.